In this tutorial, we are going to learn a bit about the interface of Lesscode. Once you've installed the application on your machine, you should, once you launch it for the first time, you should be given a form to fill to register it. Registration is free, just fill your name in and then register it. Once you are done registration, you'll be directed to this page. This is the first page you see when you launch the application. Now once you are here, you can find your input column here where you put the name of your website. You select, if you are using a one-click website, you can select any of these ones to help you build your website. And down here you can see a help button that actually walks you through what each of these buttons and objects here on the screen do. Now on the bottom of the page you can find here Lesscode Elite. Lesscode has three packages: the starter, the professional, and the elite. So depending on which one you are using, you can upgrade anytime you want, but the starter is free. Build your website, publish it, and then upload it onto our servers for hosting. So on the right we can find the button that brings up your menu. So in this case you have the view websites, information, and import from previous versions of Lesscode. So if you have the version 2.0 installed on your machine already, what you need to do is, once you install this and launch the application, you should use this button to import all your websites into the new version of Lesscode. Hello, welcome to another tutorial on how to build websites with Lesscode. In this tutorial we are going to learn a little bit about the interface of the application and what each column does. So the first thing you would see when you launch your application is this page, and you find the input box here. You type the name of your website here, and then you select either you want to start from scratch, that's a blank website, or maybe you want one of these already built templates that you can edit. When you come down here, you have the help button that would allow you to go through and know more about each of the elements on the page. Also down here you find a version of Lesscode that you are using. In this tutorial we are going to use the elite version of the application, but you can follow through with your starter or the basic or free version of Lesscode, so there's no problem. This is where you drop your exported websites. Say for example you backed up your website and you want to bring it back to Lesscode. What you have to do is just drag and drop your website here, and then Lesscode will take care of the rest. On the right you find your menu, and the items on the menu, we have the create website or the home, view websites, about, and then import websites. So if you're using the old version of Lesscode, that's Lesscode 2.0 series, you would want to, once you have finished installing the 3.0, you would want to import your website from the 2 to the 3.0. So what you would do is click on this button to actually import all your websites into the 3.0. In here we have 4 websites created already. So what I'll do is I'll enter into any of these websites, and on this page we have the websites that you've created in the application. As you can see, we have 4 projects created, and each of these buttons have tooltips to help you know what they are for. So we are going to edit this particular website. So on the left side of the interface you have your quick assets library, you have your session styles, user styles, that's where you save your own styles that you've created. We have uploads, where you upload all your videos, images, and everything. Then we have the asset library of images, we have icons, we have patterns, we have videos, and some SVGs like shapes. And when you come further down, you have your images. These are images that you actually upload into the application. This is where you find them. and your shapes. Like if you have any SVGs that you want to upload, you upload them, you find them here. Also your videos. And then we have the web forms. So in case you are creating a web form or like a contact form, this is what you use to create it. We'll get into that later in the series. Now when you take the top bar, we have quite a number of icons over here. When you hover your mouse over each icon, it tells you what it does. So I wouldn't be going through it. You can just go. Most of what you need is publishing, managing your pages. That's the number of pages you have in your website, and probably refreshing your page. So these icons are buttons that will help you when you are building your website. On the left side, we have the number of pages in your website, the size of your website. So that is what you need to be checking. Your website shouldn't be too big. That's in case it becomes very big, that means your images are huge and you need to reduce the size of the images and optimize them for web. Then we have what you call the next button here. We want to set the canvas for large screens. So this is, as you can see, we have the canvas set for large screens. That's when you are designing and you want to see how they are going to look on a particular kind of screen. And if you want to take it back to the original, you can. So let's say in case you are building your website and you want to take a look at what it all looks like, you can use some of these scale down buttons. So for example, let's start with 3. So as you can see basically how the website looks in the app, so that you can like get an overview of how everything looks, and you can bring it back to original to have it huge so that you can see what you're doing. Now on the right side is where you have the tool panel. The first elements, as you can see, we have the names. These are the add elements. We are going to use them in the as we go on through this course. We have the background settings, border settings, and simple shop. We'll get into all that later.